Hello, loyal viewers of Wild Elf 26. As you can tell, I'm somewhat of a Transformers fan, especially Gen 1, and anything that is respectful or retelling of Gen 1. So, you guys, if you want the true skinny, the proper Transformers journey, and there's a lot of stuff out there and it can be distracting. Right now, Captain Frugal, he's doing some reviews on current Transformer comics, which are an interesting thing into their own self, considering how many years they are after Gen 1. So no telling how they've finagled the story or if it even remotely makes any sense to the original origins. But if you guys are fans of animated series Transformers, and remember, they did have a CGI animated series, The Beast Wars, which was way off topic, but there was a Gen 1 crossover where Optimus Primal had to save the original Optimus Prime, who had been attacked while he was in suspended animation in the captain's seat of that gigantic spaceship the Autobots call the Ark. And but yeah, put that Bayformers wackadoo out of your mind. And even the Bumblebee movie, which was supposed to be straying away from the Bayverse, they did get their Prime looking a lot more correct to Gen 1 Prime. And I'll give that to them. That was good. And the innovation of having Bumblebee be briefly a Jeep before they put him as the iconic Volkswagen Beetle that he's supposed to be all the time. He's supposed to be a small car. He's a very small Autobot. He's not supposed to be able to look Prime eye to eye. He's supposed to come up to almost Prime's bumper or his hip when he's fully robot sized. So the Bayformer ones made him way too big. I don't know what kind of wacky tobacco Bay must have been smoking back in the 1980s, but he got Bumblebee totally wrong. Bumblebee's face is supposed to look like this. Yeah, it's supposed to look like this. And his feet are supposed to be the front bumpers and headlights of whatever car he's supposed to be. Basically, if he can't be a Volkswagen Beetle, he should be something like a Mini Cooper or perhaps a Fiat 500. Yeah, yellow Fiat 500 would make an excellent Bumblebee. Even if they were dealing with exclusives with General Motors, they could have found a car, maybe that Chevy Spark or something. But no, they gave the Chevy Spark to a different Autobot, and they had it transform kind of weird. But the Chevy Spark would have been the right kind of configuration, and it would have produced the right size Bumblebee. Any of you OG fans out there know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's not so much that people were coming down on the Bayverse. It's just that the Bayverse was deliberately so inaccurate. Michael Bay himself didn't even want Optimus Prime to be red. He was trying to get rid of red, but the company insisted on red. So he mixed it with a flame job that had a bunch of blue flames, and it really obstructed the look of Optimus Prime. This is Gen 1 Prime. That's what he's supposed to look like, folks. I guess a comparison to a human would be if a human was wearing a long sleeve red t-shirt and blue jeans. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's very strange, the choices of Michael Bay regarding this. And but I will give credit to the Bumblebee movie, but even then I have to take credit away because they wouldn't keep him a Bumblebee Beetle. Toward the end of the movie, spoiler alert, he scans another vehicle. That frickin' Camaro, that 70s Camaro, 70s and the 80s Camaro, and then they had the girl that was his compatriot throughout the whole movie, suddenly, what the term today that the younger folks would use, totally diss the Volkswagen, saying, "What? You could have been a Camaro this entire time?" And that was added, and it's Bay Productions, Bay executive producer. He had more strings pulling in that movie than people realize. They think because they put a puppet director in place in it. You know, suddenly it wasn't a Michael Bay-verse movie. No, it was a Bay-verse movie pretending not to be a Bay-verse movie. But even then, they couldn't help themselves at those certain points. And I don't care about any of the garbage that they're going to say about, oh, well, that last scene was done as a tribute to Bay. No, because look at Rise of the Beast. What is he in Rise of the Beast? A frickin' Camaro. So yeah, go sell that down the road to the born yesterday dummies. You know, we know it's still Bayverse. He's trying to save face. They lost a crap load of money on Transformers: The Last Night, which is a movie that they should never have made. They should have made a sequel to Age of Extinction, but not The Last Night. That's the problem when you have people controlling a franchise that have no actual true love for the franchise or any idea of the direction of that franchise. Right now, a lot of very established franchises are going through all kinds of crap. And it's not just like politics of woke and other stuff, which did strongly factor into the ruination of a few franchises, but just personal decisions about the executive producers and directors involved have ruined a lot of stuff. Paramount's going to reset Star Trek. They've had this couple different bad parties that have been almost deliberately steering the franchise into the dirt. They had some lucrative, weird contracts, and they used their executive power to stretch and twist and derange Star Trek way beyond what it ever was supposed to be. And then they got